Idiots know I'm going live, and they still, you know, I can't with people's brains, or you know what I mean. This, I want to eat this banana so bad. I'm gonna wait for another 20 minutes or so. Anyway, how y'all doing today? I'm not into politics and all that foolishness, right? Anybody that is, something's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, something's really wrong with you. But you just can't throw this into the wind and think it's not going to come back and hit you in the face. New York, you get a big L. San Fran, you already got a big L. For somebody that lived in Brooklyn, lived in the Bronx, who watched the change happening before I left, you know, with Times Square, making that place where people, all these foreigners come and sunbathe, taking the street for travel, creating congestion, removing Toys R Us and everything else. Literally making it the so-called Babylon. You know, there's no law. Women and men can walk topless over in New York, y'all. Are y'all aware of that? If you're a woman in New York, you can walk with your titties out. And you get like a half hour in before, you know, the sun will go down. You get a big L with me. You know, cheeky is English, European, a so-called European word, cheeky. And I of these women with these foreign accents talking about we're queer, we're gay, or whatever. We're coming for your well, we're gay, we're queer, we're something. We're coming for your children. And then I look at the crowd and I see all these goofy niggas. Negro. They're not parents. Well, parents is a word means ward of the state. Parents are parenting the property of the state. That's what parent means. So whenever I hear some of y'all talking about, parents, and I'm like, okay, well, that's where you're giving your power because you don't know no better. Mom, pa is perfect. Or your bigger and older sister and brother. New York, you get an L. I'm looking at people there. They need some Jesus or something. They need some Buddha. They need some Allah. They need that back in their lives. It's not for the state. Well, the state should actually, for those of us that know, and we know that these are multiple countries within this union, this republic. Then I look at all those Ashkenaz. I remember when it was being pushed out of Germany, the homosexual agenda, the movies, the perversions, and how they found their way right over into here. Well, like snuff films, those are real people. I've seen a few. Yeah, people pay hundreds of thousands, millions, for people to be snatched up and tortured and murdered. It's a quickening. But this, the most precious that we have, are these new sentient life forms that come here. So you have the New York Post, the Daily Mail, the Newsweek. You got all of them speaking on it. Ground News, Hindustan Times. When did that become a thing? But Tesla with even Wikipedia's chiming in with, they're all about it because the owner of that, he's just as fruity as can be. Wham 13, MSN, Twitter is just, oh my goodness. You hear some of the Fox News today, ABC.com, abcnews.go, Newsbreak, Lipstick Alley, that's one of those things. They just commenting. TikTok, we're coming for your kids. And I heard those accents, those pale skins, march, and those are the ones you need to pay attention to. I love what the Proud Boys did. How they snatched and whopped them boys' behinds. No guns, no badges there, but you need to start putting that out your mind. The brother that was accosted by this female, and he was being chased by a girl with a knife, and she goes after the Negro. Well, he took a gun and started blasting at her. He got off, right? The cops came, he didn't have no gun in his hands up, and they shot him. See, this is what I'm talking about. But everybody wants to ignore it. You got this goofy nigga who has this YouTube channel who talks all this. He's ex-cop, lives down in Texas or wherever, in Arizona, whatever. I'm not going to say his name because I ain't going to give him no strength. If you ever see this, I'm talking directly to you. I don't care how big you is with your little pale-skinned wife. I have no problem with that. You don't want to get in the ring with me. I'm not a Superman. I follow and I respect jab, judo, all the boxers out there. I boxed for a long time, people. And I'm not running and putting in 5 and 10 miles like I was, I'm going out and get my walk here. I'm going to have the banana first because I don't want to get in the sun. And it's good to have that magnesium before I eat. But I jab all the time. I practice the jab, 5 and 10 pound weights, just throwing it out. And I look at these children when I was on the res and how I was teaching them martial arts and boxing and the women. And every time I turn around, I have these kids in high school coming, thanks, they see me. Thanks, Red. Uh, I had to, and I tell them it's not you don't glorify this. I had to beat my dad up. He was drunk, wasn't he? Well, he was beating on my mama. And he taught me, and I utilized it. I says, remember I told you about structure, calling the police. I know they ain't all that good, but there are some good ones. You might be fortunate, but calling them. But you responded, but you can't get carried away. You got to keep your emotions and your feelings in check. And he says, no, I was able to keep him back, get her outside. He stayed in, no guns and nothing like that. And I had a knife, just in case. So at 16, I heard this young man telling me the story. This is last week. And I trained him for like 2 years. Man, he kept going with it. He went to New Mexico and he got into mixed martial arts and boxing down there. He graduated high school is what I'm saying, y'all. He wrestled collegiate or whatever it is over at the high school over there. And so he's thinking about going to the military and he doesn't want to get the jab. I don't think they're doing it now. If they are, it's pretty sick. But I told him, go to college, get a trade or something. And so he's thinking about doing a welding and heavy machines operator. I says, there you go. I've had women who moved the page away from the reservation, got away from their husbands. Some just wasn't there for them, spiritually, sexually, or anything. And they were able to find a new relationship. They're enjoying their life away from the reservation. I hate using that word. I detest using that word, excuse me, no hate. But they were able to fend off the abuse. No more shades, no more black eyes. And it's a handful that actually came to me. I can't speak for all of them that trained. Some of them only came a few times, show up once every few months. Some just wanted to learn Tai Chi, which wasn't really the self-defense. It was just me talking about them eating fried bread, which is delicious. But it puts handles and it makes you, I got some Navajo young girls built like sisters now. Booty, doing exercises. They ain't got no big guts, no handles around their waistline. And they like, and they don't overrun because a lot of them run marathons. And I'm sitting there going, girl, what you eating? We been eating no corn greens and we don't mess with Jiffy cornbread no more. I'm like, good. They all the things that I shared, they're utilizing. And you can see that what you think, what you believe, and what you put in your body, literally, but more so what you think and believe, and how you have to practice. Like I've been exercising, and the last thing I want to do is exercise, y'all, because I've done it all my life. And but I said to myself, well, you've done it all your life, but your life is not finished, so you haven't done it all your life. We got to take care of the faculties here. We got to have good instincts. We got to be able to think with the two. And we have to reciprocate for the benefit of this because that's how they want to destroy the physical. So for them to say that, I have to be very careful. Talking about is cheeky. If we own this platform, it'd be a whole different consortium. Yet we can't even come together. Whether it's just donating for books, I match with everybody. I spend the most. Or if it's just getting together to go out and train. Or how many of y'all don't know how to swim? Let's go out to Wild Week, get you in the lake, ganja water. How many of y'all have a hard time putting away the alcohol or putting down the marijuana for a little while, or maybe some pills or something? I know most people have a hard time being honest. This mental illness, that's what it is, y'all. And I'm not saying that you're born with it. Sadly, no. There's a lot of factors, I believe, that play into it. I said, come on here and read. And I was like, I have to do this morning talk. I have to talk about this because this government, man, whatever this thing is, so many perversions, y'all. It's real sick. And I know there are those individuals, and as weird as it sounds to some of you guys, gals and guys, who actually don't believe they believe like, oh, this is just a passing thing, or when you have something you believe is going real good, you believe nothing could go wrong. Those are the ones that usually end up taking their lives when something goes wrong, get a pink slip, somebody leaves them, or they don't know how to rebound. Those are the ones you got to be careful. We're not watching, pay attention to those individuals. We got one that we're looking at. Trust me. If he was smart, he'd wise up. But you know how it goes. It's no hate. If nobody pulled my shirt, flick my collar, he'll red. Yo, cut, huh? Man, what you? Oh, man. Yeah, I ain't think about that. Seriously, is it that bad? If it's based upon truth, to pull me up. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to pull one another up. We're supposed to elevate each other. We're supposed to compliment each other. When I say compliment, I'm talking about the way we walk and who we are. We're supposed to compliment. Wheels to a car, bed to a truck, hooves to a horse, trunk to an elephant, compliment. Supposed to be there, you know what I mean? Leaves from a tree. I mean, come on. This is just. Any of y'all ever seen some gay porn? When we used to go down into we used to go and buy porn and stuff when I was in the military, and we were in France and England. You go on them porn stores, and they have gay porn and stuff going right up on you. You can't help but see it when you come in. It's like, what in the friggin' frack? There's old Bobby Joe with a wig on, sucking on Karl Marx. And you're like, we get up out of there, Because that's how it was back, late night, everybody like, ain't got nothing from the wife. And we, send it back home because you get them cheap. Me, I had to hustle. They had the BTs and the HTs who always stayed in trouble, couldn't get off. They give me $50. I go out there and buy $10 worth of porn, $15 worth of porn movie, and keep the rest for myself. It's a hustle. And you walk up in these places and it's like, what in the world? And to them, that's normal. But this is just, I listened to Biden's speech. I listened to what he had to say. Let me see if I can pull it. It's just sickening. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's just horrendous. He needs to be impeached, but they're not going to impeach him and get rid of him because they're all part of it. And the problem is nobody's saying nothing. And the ones who are, they're the usual.
Is caught between the push and pull of progress.
Fair use disclaimer. I'm not here to get paid for what this monkey says, and I don't care, but everybody else needs to hear what he says. I hope y'all watched Kirameel's live. It was excellent yesterday. I think he's put another one in. If you can donate to the brother a few dollars, it really helps. He's reestablished his Instagram account. Just go over there if you have Instagram, subscribe to his channel, Camille Aha. And support our brother Paul Cook too. I appreciate you guys doing that. All right, West Side as well. We need to find out what's going on why they won't monetized website. It should be monetized. Turkey has a site now. I forget what the name of it is. I'll find out and put it in there. She's still doing teas and all that kind of stuff, people. So you can, you know, I know some of you are being real tight for whatever copper empress. You have a lot, and ToLU'S Turkey. She does. They all do copper and all that stuff. Before we get into listening to this, just wanted to go ahead and say this. We have a brother, which is called clothing. He has phenomenal clothing. Keep it if you want to say in the black or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we can grow. I'm really, really thinking about take an acre and build the most extravagant, biggest greenhouse you could think of. So Rondo, thinking about when I come down there, bruh, be like, yo, set up the tent, be here for 2 months. Let's build this big greenhouse and start growing heirloom vegetables and stuff, protected, well protected, and have people get involved in keeping it up and sell it while we still can. So much we can do. Yeah, very few hands, but sometimes we have to do that. You know what I mean? But hey, let's go ahead and listen to this.
Outside the gates of this house are those who want to drag.
I don't want to hear.
Be courageous, even though for so many of you, just coming to this event is an act of bravery. Today, we are here to find joy.
Last December, we felt such pride here in the South Lawn when I signed the historic Respect for Marriage Act. It protects the marriage of same-sex individuals.
Now, don't y'all go messing with my beautiful white folk. Cause my white folk is just the greatest thing on earth. My beautiful Jesus and Ronald Reagan. Now, y'all know, y'all can't talk bad about my beautiful President Biden. I know he's a little sloppy-doppy. But that's my Biden. Nah, yeah, they come from Uncle Ruckus. No relation.
Couples. But for all the progress we've made, we know real change and real challenges still remain. When a person can be married in the morning and thrown out of a restaurant for being gay in the afternoon, something is still very wrong in America. That's why the Congress must pass and send me the Equality Act to codify protections for the LGBT community. I recognize for a lot of folks across this country, maybe it's not you, your kid, your family member going through whatever a transgender child and family's going through. But I think we all agree, if it were you, you'd want the space to figure it out with your family and your doctor, not being told by anybody. I want to send a message to the entire community, especially to transgender children. You are loved. You are heard. You are understood. And you belong.
Who remembers me reading this? Heaven's Birds. Long Shadow. You see the importance that children play, even in the most heinous of how they came into the world and the love found in the end. They don't want true love. The words utilize. That's somebody who wrote that nonsense. Now again, if you want to be gay, keep it in your house. If you go to a store together, that's y'all's business. If you want to hold hands walking down the street, nobody should be bothering and beating on you. No violence. But when it comes to men walking around in Fruit Looms or Hanes with their Johnny poking out, with their belly touching their knees, trying to pull a Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B twerk thing. When with bridles around their body that's beyond a horse's head in front of children, and then the people who bring the children there talking about my children is I can't even use the words, y'all. I just want to say they've handicapped them. Now, it's based upon my opinion. This is disgusting. There's no. First of all, Washington can't write no damn laws. You remember I told you that. ATF can't do what the fuck they think they're doing. Excuse my French. Excuse my French. And anybody that sits there and goes along with it, because they got a bunch of imbeciles and people who are part of the so-called deep state, these Nazi Zionists, whatever you want to call them, these Goombas who have taken of a nectar they should never have partook in, as if it's the answer, who made a deal. Don't really know who they made a deal to or for what. Oh, man. Anybody who believes that that's normal, because they're pushing to make it normal with 1% to 2% of the population here, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I see people who I grew up with talking about, oh, I'm not gay, I got a gay son, and well, you feed them all that crap. And then if they're waving the flag, this fake flag, well, they changed it from the rainbow. Why don't they run with the one that they made, the new one, with the little thing look like Puerto Rico with the different colors, blue, purple, and black, and whatever the goofiness. I don't know how many times I've seen Biden kissing up on babies and stuff, and even children standing uncomfortable looking at them like, no, and the parents are looking all dumb and get grazed over like they've been put under a trance. You know that movie Get Out? Oh, that's real. Now, oh, he's also a homosexual as well. Not here to burst his bubble. I am grateful that Chevelle want to play Jesus or whatever you call it, the last whatever, and Mel Gibson, there's a plethora of individuals who are speaking out. Jaguar Wright stated what she did. Some people, the ones who are kind of like that, have an issue because she's telling on them. I hope she's safe. Here they go. Anyway, there's a whole lot of people who said what needed to be said, and there's a whole lot of folks. So what do we do, right? I already told you what I think we should do. Let me get off of here. I'm going to shut you off. Let me get out of here. I'm not going to comment on some of the statements or questions. I'm just going to get off of here so I can come back I'm going to go walk for about 20 minutes. Come back, get my food together. Yeah, I'm just wearing this for this. I got my sweats and stuff I'm putting on over there. It's hot out, but I want to sweat. Walk for about 20, 25 minutes. Come back. Before I even take a shower, I'm going to go on ahead, and I'm going to get a reading. Yeah. Whatever y'all thinking, y'all probably right. Shut your out. Something. Hey, Snoop, what's up, baby? Rondo, what's up, beloved? Mikey Hill, what's going on, family? How's it going, beloved? Benjamin said, what's up, beloved? You already know. Uncle, what's going on? Oklahoma, what's going on, Big G, APJR, what's going on, beloved? Yeah. Yeah, something. West Side, what's going on, beloved? What's going to happen? My Occam's all up in here, y'all. All cooked. Thank you, hon. Thank you. We got green thumbs. You got everything right. What you laughing at, West? Oh, no relations. Well, they don't know I've been working on my Uncle Ruckus. You know what I'm saying? I can't get the eye to big like I could pop it out now. I can pop it out, but I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes it bothers me. Right? I was like, guy in diapers twerking with children standing around. Exactly. It's a disease, hon. Now the monkeys at YouTube messing with the life. Yeah, well, Don't call them no names. Don't give them no energy. They're going to do what they're going to do. They have a job to do too. All right. I know I've always meant to say that every time. Just don't give them no energy. They got a job to do. Everybody does, but you need to come into the reality of what your job is. I don't mean the word job, but you know what they've alluded it to be. Everybody has something they're supposed to do. To that time, until you come into whatever it is, keep working on yourself. I'm also going to show y'all some of those exercises. There's a few more. So remember, remember this one is for right here, blood pressure. 9 times on each finger. You start on the right, 9 times on the pinky. Middle finger, 9 times, 9 times. Break, a couple of seconds, and do it between the 2 knuckle bones. Right here. This is where the first knuckle is, right here. It don't seem like it, but this is where the bones actually start, from here. Okay, I'm not going to get into the medical terms, all on bones. This is retarded. But you sit here and for 30 seconds, right there, for 30 seconds, okay? You just rub that, all right? That's very good for stress and pressure. Make a fist, see where your middle finger is. Wherever it touches that, you find that point, and this is for your heart. And you just you count for a minute to 3 minutes, if I remember right. That's what I do, at least, for a minute to 3 minutes. And you can do it on this too, all right? A minute to 3 minutes. Usually a minute is good enough. Same thing, but always from your right to your left. You just put your middle finger down. That right there is acupressure. On that point, that's for your heart. And you just rub it. Now, I think this one's 30 seconds. The other one right here is it's a minute, 30 seconds. My apologies. Then there's cupping. And the cupping is from slaps within your forearm, where your arm bends, and right up under your, and that's 9 times each move. 9 times on each side. Boom, 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 boom. 9 times. And that also helps your blood flow. And you must think these things too. My blood is flowing. There's no clots. You literally must think that. If you have to say it out loud to get used to it, then so be it. Another thing is deep breathing, like taking in a deep breath and then an extra. But instead of breathing out your mouth, do it out your nose. So blow your nose real good, unless there's nobody around and you don't mind boogers going everywhere. So you go in, you breathe in, and you take 1 extra breath. Diaphragm. And do that 20 to 30 times. And you get a little lightheaded. That means your blood is being oxygenated. Your brain is getting a lot of oxygen. And it's beneficial. And if you're short and you want to be tall, do that breathing and think tall. Yeah, those few. Always have plenty more. There's plenty more. Okay, cloud, hands. Even this, where people say as above, as below, so below, as below. Even knowing how to transition it, how to bring it around, almost like the sun. Then to bring it to the center, transition it, and bring it to this out, and bring it. Oh, it's just a lot of stuff. Okay. So we'll do a full. Let me go get this walk on. Do it, yeah. You do it when best time is in the morning, in the AM, and then in the afternoon. Okay. And I'll see y'all in a little bit. Let me get myself out here and do what I gotta do.